My name's John Bjork. I'm a senior at MSU. I've had the pleasure of living in Gage for about 2.5 years. My freshman year it was Gage A9, sophomore year Gage A11, and last year was a CA in Gage B1. Gage has been a fun place. There's a lot of memories I've had there. One from my freshman year when I lived in Gage A9 was there was this one week where we had the whole homecoming week with the volleyball tournament for the freshmen on my floor. So my floor showed up and it was a fun time. We actually won the whole tournament, so that was pretty fun. But we finished our second game and we go to the Gage A elevator. And Gage's elevators have a history of not working properly at times. And so we get in there after our game and we're about halfway up and the elevator just shuts down on us, right? We have 30 sweaty, shirtless men stuck in one elevator and we were there for about a half an hour, okay? So it was probably one of the worst, most traumatic experiences of my life. Yes, we were there for about a half an hour. They finally got us out, and it was a very traumatic experience. So that was one for my freshman year. When I was a CA in Gage B1, I worked the front desk quite a bit, and there was one night I was there. It was probably about midnight. I worked a late night shift from 10 to 3 a.m. It was a pretty long shift. And this guy walks in about midnight, and he has a black lab with him. And I do a double take. I'm like, is that really a dog? And he walks over, and he's like, yeah, I just found a dog on the side of the street. And he's like, what should I do with it? And so I was a CA who was present, so I just said, I don't know, just get it out of Gage. And so long story short, he ends up finding the owner's phone number on the dog's dog tag or whatever, and he calls the guy, and the guy actually picks up, and he's like, hey, we found your dog on the side of the road. And luckily the guy was still awake. He came to Gage, picked it up, and the whole story finished. But it was a really entertaining night, to say the least. And it kind of summarized Gage because Gage was filled with stories that were really sporadic, spontaneous, and kind of outside the box.